Hello, everyone, and welcome to our roundtable discussion. I would like to take this time to thank Ms. Franco for joining us as our guest judge. Today, we will be discussing a problem in our community, which is mental health. My name is Jocelyn Morales, and with me here today is Hector Flores, Ana Mendoza, and Audio Vela. America's mental health has experienced many ups and downs since the COVID-19 pandemic ensued. Our project aims to draw the Laredo community's attention to mental health, its effects, and why it matters. Hector, can you discuss our project?
Yes, we created a public service awareness campaign to raise mental health awareness in the Laredo community and show that it's perfectly fine to seek help and that it's never too late. Our project is informed by our course problem, which focuses on how media literacy affects mental health through signs and symptoms.
I agree with Hector about the importance of our PSA campaign. Anna, can you discuss some examples that were found during your research?
Yes. One example is from a 2021 study that examines how socioeconomic status and external factors such as exposure to different types of media affected mental health in children and teenagers. This research showed a correlation between those factors and the socioeconomic status that it tended to be exposed to more negative imagery, such as the dangers of COVID-19 or other social issues, more than those from a high school more than those from a higher socioeconomic status. The study explained that those children from a low socioeconomic status were 2 to 3 times more likely to develop mental health problems than their peers.
Another issue that has been affecting young adults' mental health is a lack of external social interactions and the overconsumption of online media via YouTube and social media platforms. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many young adults were isolated from their peers and turned to online media to cope with the isolation. According to a 2022 study, the lack of real world social interactions stunned the growth of young adults and negatively influenced their mental health.
The importance of mental health goes beyond our local communities. For example, during the COVID 19 pandemic, the country of Lebanon was experiencing an economic crisis in which its economy was collapsing, like many other nations at the time. Lebanese people who had a higher socioeconomic status showed lower levels of anxiety and stress. In contrast to what Anna mentioned, social economic status does have an effect on our mental health. Lebanese people who had a lower socioeconomic status showed higher levels of stress and anxiety during the COVID 19 pandemic.
Very interesting and important information. We are starting to see how the different factors alongside exposure to media and imagery can definitely cause some mental health problems to society. Anna, are there any other issues that need to be addressed?
Yes, a significant issue affecting people's mental health is how beauty standards are portrayed on social media by influencers. Social media's negative effect on college students' mental health is related to the addictive nature of social media. Studies have shown that many college students suffer from procrastination and are less productive due to social media. This leads to lower grades and increases stress and anxiety. Therefore, college students should limit their social media consumption and try to make connections and friendships in person to combat this and form a better support group.
An important thing to consider is that social isolation and the overconsumption of media has become a major topic related to mental health. It's important for people to know that if they're struggling, they may benefit from support. We understand that it may be difficult to spot when someone requires assistance, so we compiled a list of resources available, one of them being here on campus. SAMU has a counseling center on campus that can assist with any mental health difficulties. We also discovered some helplines that are available if someone has an emergency or has a mental health crisis, that are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with no charge.
Thank you for sharing this information. Before we conclude our discussion, I would like to ask everyone, what important lessons were learned during your research into mental health and its connection to media?
Well, for one, I believe we have a better understanding about mental health and why it's important to take care of it. Don't you all agree?
Yes, I believe we learn how different situations can impact mental health. We also learn that it is important to be careful with what we expose ourselves through the social media.
Thank you for your thoughtful responses. Is there anything else y'all would like to add?
I believe that was everything.
Ms. Franco, is there anything we missed? Some questions we should consider?
Yes. How do you feel your PSA will help the Laredo community dealing with the importance of mental health issues?
Interesting question. I believe our PSA will shed light on an issue that is sometimes embarrassing for people to admit they're struggling with. For me, it is important to know that mental health is a crucial part of our society. Since we now have more knowledge of the topic, we can take care of those who are in need to address their mental health.
Thank you. This will be the end of the discussion. Thank you for joining us today. I would like to recognize your group members for bringing awareness to this issue in our community. Awesome job. It was great talking to y'all.